Hey, this is Carrie from Wrap Your Head Around Silks.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. This is the Expecting Aerialist.
Ah.
Oh, and we have a Bean here. Who are we with? Digitant Podcasts. Digitant Podcasts. And Bean, are you the youngest podcaster ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you good at it?
No.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Yeah. All right, my friends. Before we get started, roll it out. Sundays and Tuesday nights. It's your answer to when and how you're gonna get this rolling done. Just a peanut and a roller is all you need. We use a yoga block sometimes, and we hit the floor together on Zoom, and it's a party. Also, I have some new stuff that I'm cooking. Cooking hot in the kitchen. Yeah.
Can we go to
Hey, don't hold the mic, please. Okay, so we are gonna do some really new cool stuff. I'm cooking some stuff in the kitchen of aerial stuff, and I will announce that soon. Today we have Lisanna Vazquez, and she and her husband own Vazquez Integral Arts in Las Vegas. They are the saints of the world. They teach kids the circus arts. I do not teach kids. We all know this. I should stay far away from kids that are not my own when teaching, I think. All right, so she's a mama of twins. Lisanna. She's a mama of twins. She jumps into caw here and there.
Twins?
Her twin. She's got a boy and a girl. And she also she knows our friend Sarah Romanowski. They met each other doing an awesome job in San Diego.
What boys and girls?
Boys and girls. She has a little boy and a little girl that are twins, which means they were both in the belly at the same time.
What name are they?
Oh, you know what? It's not off the top of my head right now, but should the listeners listen to this interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you say, let's get started?
Let's get started.
Lisanna, I don't know you, but our mutual friend Sarah Romanowski, she basically was like, "Hey, Kara, you need to interview this woman, Lisanna. She's a badass aerialist and she's a badass mama, and you should reach out to her." I was like, "Let's do it." So that's how this started.
Thank you to Sarah. That's very sweet of her.
Yeah. So if you would just introduce yourself to the audience, just who you are, a little bit about your family, where you live, what you do, and then I'll just jump in.
Absolutely. My name is Lisanna Vazquez, and I live in Las Vegas with my husband and two-year-old twins. They just turned 2 in June, and we're in the Henderson Green Valley area. And we run a circus and performing arts program. So we're teaching a lot of classes. I'm doing some on-call performing, and we're here. We're making it work day by day, trying our best.
Oh my God, what's your school?
It's called VIA, which is Vazquez Integral Arts. And we have classes for all the way from mommy and me to adult. So we do aerial, acrobatics. Our goal is to teach the kids what it is to be an artist, like the privilege of the life that we lead and how to present yourself on stage and backstage as well, teaching them all the good aspects of being an artist and how performing can give you a wonderful life.
Is there a lot of that in Vegas, like kids circus?
There's
not in LA, actually.
Yeah. So there's some kids circus. I haven't heard of another place doing mommy and me circus classes and kids as young as we have a class for the age range between 4 and 6. And I really start to teach them tricks on hammock and silks. So I feel like we reach out to a group of parents that want their kids to start a little bit early and not only learn the technique, but also learn the creativity that comes along with it, because it's not like gymnastics, right? You're not in that box of I have to learn A, B, and C trick. So I try to give them a little leeway with their creativity, like show me some creative legs, or maybe make a goofy face when you're on the silks. So I try to make it fun while teaching them the real basics, like a good technique, a good fundamentals and background, so that if later they want to keep pursuing it, they have a good base to work off of.
I think it is so difficult to teach kids personally. Like I teach and I choose not to teach kids anymore because it's so hard. But then I think that's a special skill.
And I learn every time I teach. Every time I have a class, either something went really well and I'm like, great, let's use that next time, or something not so much, and we won't do that again. So you learn every time, and you kind of learn how kids react to what you say. If you say things in a different way, they respond better. So I'm still learning. Every time I teach, I'm learning something new, and it's it's challenging, but it's really rewarding. And especially when you see the parents, they're like so happy. Oh, thank you. My daughter had such a fun time, and she's learning this, and she's getting more confidence as she goes along. I hear that a lot. My daughter used to be so introverted and not able to speak to other people. And now look at her. She's performing in your shows your showcases that you put on, and she's making friends, and she's more open. I hear that a lot. So that's nice to hear, especially from the parents, because, now that I'm a mom, I can relate, because you just want the best for your kids. You really want the best, and I want to give them the best. My husband as well, he teaches classes. So we just want to give them the best environment and provide what we can, and also share our experiences. Like we both are artists. My husband's from the circus, so he's 4th generation circus. And so he grew up in it. And we just want to share how special it is with them and our experiences. Like, oh, we do this because, hey, when you get this contract and you're backstage, you're going to have to make it work like this, or you have to be flexible, or, just share our experiences so that if they go out and do shows or gigs later, that they're prepared.
I hear about these like 4th, 5th generation circus people, and to me, that's just so interesting. So in your husband's case, like, what were the apparatuses? Like, what got passed down?
His mother did about 15 acts. So she was amazing. So she was very petite. So of course she was top of the pyramid, getting thrown around. She did slack wire, she did high wire, she did acrobatics, trampoline. Her specialty was a hair hang. So that did not get passed down to my husband. And to me, never. My hair could not sustain that.
And so what's his act? Or acts?
He does hand to hand. He grew up, he did gymnastics, and then he went into doing trapeze. His family, he's from the Vazquez family, so, a long line of trapeze artists. And he did some of that, and he did Chinese pole, a lot of acrobatic shows like that. And then he wanted to do a duo hand-to-hand act. That was his goal. And he met his partner. They started working together, and they worked for 10 years all throughout Europe. I mean, contract after contract.
Wow, two men.
Yes.
Two-men duo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Oh
so
my God.
He had a very impressive career.
And how did you guys meet?
We met in San Diego doing SeaWorld.
Oh, is that how you know Christian and Sarah?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys did, what is that show? What is the name of that? Here's my Bean. Here. You want to say hi, Bean? You want to say hi to the listeners?
How are you?
Say hi to the listeners. No. It's a podcast. So you have to just, did you sneeze on me? You want to say hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, you are so beautiful. Look at you. How are you doing this morning? What are you up to?
Well, eating breakfast and trying to keep it together while Mama records a podcast. But we have a friend.
That's good, because we've been struggling with eating breakfast lately.
Oh my God, what is the name of that show in San Diego?
There's a couple. So there used to be, so there was Cirque du La Mer, which is the one that's on the Bay. Yeah, which is the one that Christian was in, and then Sarah as well. I was there 2011. I did Silks, but I was also doing the Blue Horizons show at the same time. So it was like a busy summer. I was working 7 days a week, really like it was one of my first like real contracts, because, I had a late start in circus. I was a gymnast all my life. That was my.
When did you start Circus?
2009, I started like really training and really saying, hey, I want to do this.
That's me-ish. Like 2007 I started, and then I trained for 4 years before working.
Yeah. And then I ended up working first at Legoland, doing that stunt show out there, and then SeaWorld, got Blue Horizons, which is the dolphin show, and then did Cirque du La Mer the summer of 2011, which is the summer that I met my husband, Adam.
So Sarah was doing that show. Were you in the air with her when it comes to like two silks synchro?
No. So when I was there, they had silks in the center, and I did like a solo silks over the water in the center. And then there were other aerial points on the sides doing net at the time. But Sarah did it a different year than me. So we didn't do the same summer together.
Oh, you guys did the same act actually then, because not maybe not the same moves, but the same role in the show maybe. I remember her telling me during that time because we were friends, and I remember her telling me that she had to swim out into the bay.
Yeah, no, I never got wet. Thank God.
Okay, so
I was in the center one, so I got like tracked on out nice and dry, and then I did my little number and then tracked on back nice and dry because man, I am not a water person.
okay, so the years plural that Sarah was doing it, she had to swim out into the bay.
Oh
She
yeah.
had to get into a wrist loop and then get pulled up with water just flying everywhere. But now she's doing a whole act wet. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah,
No.
and it's freezing. San Diego's not always sunny.
Well, and then there's wind, right?
A lot of wind. Yeah, the
A lot of
silks would
wind.
put weights in the silks because the silks would fly horizontally in the wind. So we had to put little sandbags at the end.
Okay, but then now the silk is heavier.
Yeah, but it's okay. It was fine.
It was fine. Okay.
Yeah, like, it's better than trying to like climb horizontally and grab it with your feet, or like it's flying away from you and you're trying
Right.
to reach. Yeah, that it was better to just put some weights in there.
Yeah, and then cut to when my students, are in a salto position, they're holding the tail, or they're on the top of a star and they're trying to hold the tail. They're like, it's so
Yeah.
heavy.
And
It's
you're
so
like,
heavy. And I'm like, no, it's not.
you're fine. You're fine.
Put your big girl pants on. Please.
Yeah.
Please. Um, okay, it's all coming together now.
Yes,
so
yeah.
you guys met, and then you moved to Vegas together. Did you live there before?
He was already living here. Him and his family had been here since 94, so a long time. I was still in San Diego. So that first year or so, we were going back and forth, seeing each other in San Diego, or I'd come to Vegas. And, I love working at SeaWorld, but I felt like I just wanted to challenge myself more in my career. So Adam said, hey, take a leap of faith, come to Vegas, and then just make it work. So came to Vegas, and it was nice because I got a chance to be close to his family. Like I would drive his mom to work and we would have a coffee like almost every morning. So that was super sweet to really like dive right in and become a part of his family. I mean, they welcomed me with open arms. So I can't say any more how much I love them, because they've just opened their arms to me in the family. So when I moved here, of course, I didn't have a job right away, and 2 weeks in, I was like, I don't have a job. What am I doing? And I was like auditioning for everything. The year 2012, I had already auditioned for Circus and got into their database, yada, yada, along with another million people. So you never know what's going to come of it. But when I moved to Vegas, I reached out and said, hey, I'm in Vegas. Is there anything that's opening up? And they were starting Light Nightclub. They were doing their second casting for Light Nightclub at Mandalay Bay.
Oh, so
Yeah.
did you work
So-
with Tanya? Tanya
Tanya.
Holt?
No,
Okay.
she might have been part of the first cast. So they had like 2 castings, and I hopped in on that second casting. So I auditioned, and then I auditioned, and then I started that in 2013 it was. Yeah. So it wasn't too long after I moved to Vegas that I, thank God, got the job there. And man, that contract was amazing. Amazing. When you
Really?
look- yeah, like when you're in a contract, sometimes you're always like, oh, the grass is greener. Like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. But I look back and I'm like, man, we had it so good. It was such a good contract. The people that I work with there were just extremely talented and respectful and fun. And we were always doing new acts and new vignettes and new costumes. And we did a bunch of different apparatuses. It was amazing. And you're in a nightclub, so, everyone's having fun. So it's kind of like you get to go out every night. I mean, you're working, but it was great. It was fun.
Yeah, Cirque du Soleil nightclub, which is no longer, right?
No longer. Yep.
Oh, that's sad when good clubs it's also sad when they're around and they shouldn't be, but when they're at their heyday, it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it was a 2-year run, which is good for a club,
Oh,
a 2-year
yeah.
run. And then, okay, everybody, we move on to something else. And then, then they opened up another club. And so it's a cycle.
Oh my God. Okay, so you were part-time or dropping into a show now?
Now, yeah, I'm over at Ka at MGM.
Oh my God, when I first saw Ka, my mouth was open the whole time.
You should see backstage.
Oh, I can't even imagine. Like the
Man,
choreography backstage must be
Yeah.
just as much as on stage, right?
Oh yeah, I always say like they could sell tickets backstage because those techs working is like wow, like clockwork puzzle pieces. Like it's amazing. I'm impressed all the time, and I work
Well,
there.
I mean, that stage is just like,
Mhm. It's incredible.
listeners, if you've never seen Ka, just like go. I mean, the whole stage basically is a lifts and revolves and everything. And how does one even get trained on that show?
On the wall, specifically, you start slow, like anything. And so the wall has different planes, so it can be like at an angle that's not as scary to start to learn some of the tricks, and then you go more towards like the show angle that it would be in real time in show. So you just go trick by trick, and there are different tracks that they put people into, and yeah, I mean it's like anything, step by step.
Yeah, but they have it like an oiled machine, I'm sure, because training
Yeah.
for that show is not the same as training for a show that has a stage that doesn't move, obviously.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of factors that go into it and safety factors. And yeah, they go step by step and make sure you do all the safety trainings, you know how to drop into the airbag and etc.
What do you mostly do in the show?
I do a lot of harness work. I do hoop and some character work and then some cues.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Okay, and let's talk about these kiddos. See, you had twins, which, like, before I had a kid, I didn't think about the logistics of that so much. But then I had a kid,
Yeah.
and my kid didn't sleep.
Yeah.
She didn't want to sleep. I never thought to myself, oh, I want to co-sleep. I want my baby in my bed with me. No, never had those thoughts. But I didn't have a choice because unless she was on my skin, she wouldn't sleep.
Yeah. And was that when she was like an infant, or you're saying even like toddler?
Yeah, we're still kind of there-ish. Not always, not every day.
Yeah. Well, it's actually nice to hear because we've also had, I wouldn't say like troubles, but no, they're still waking up in the middle of the night. So like, for example, last night, each of them woke up once, which for them, it's just once. But for me, my husband, it's twice. Exactly. So it was like, okay, we try to get him in bed. They actually went to sleep better initially. 2 a.m. baby girl, Adelina wakes up. She wants some milk. 5:30 a.m. boy, Mateo wakes up. He wants some milk. So then they all both wake up by 7. So, your night has been cut into pieces.
And they're 2. So like you've already been through it. It's been harder in the past, I'm assuming.
It's hard to tell, maybe I'm just tired. I can't tell what's hard and what's not anymore, but it is what it is. And, sometimes they're in their room, sometimes they'll come and sleep in our bed. We're not really like super strict because I want them to feel that, oh, if I want to go sleep with mom and dad, I can. I don't want them to feel like I can't go in there, or, if especially baby girl, she's a little bit more attached when she sleeps, like she likes to sleep with me. As soon as she wakes up, I hear mom, 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 and so I'm like, oh, so sometimes I'll go in there and sleep with them, or my husband will go there and sleep with them. We actually have a mattress next to their beds. So there's like 3 beds in there. So, I mean, it's fine, whatever makes them comfortable and know that they're loved by us, I mean, as parents, like what more can you want?
Yeah.
That your child knows that you love them,
I mean, I would just have these nights with her where, and I was trying to put her down because I was, when she was an infant, I was worried about SIDS. What's a SIDS?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everyone is. They scare you so much with that.
Oh my God, I was so terrified.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I had postpartum anxiety too. So it was like heightened. I finally got on meds and it got better. But like I was so scared. So I'd like bounce her, and my partner has to go to work at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So he's not able to do that night with me as much. Okay. He did it, but then he would just go to work with no sleep, like 0 sleep or 1 hour, which is like insane. Absolutely. And so I would be bouncing her, and then I would like, 30 minutes of bouncing, walking as slowly as possible to get her back to like the little crib, not the crib, but like this little thing right, the bassinet right next to my bed.
Yeah.
I'd lay her down, she'd wake right up.
Yeah. Same. I'd have baby girl in my arms and she would be fast asleep. And then, minute I put her down, bing, eyes open. So eventually, like sometimes she even just slept in that little like wrappy thing that you would carry your baby in. Sometimes I just laid on my back and she laid on her stomach in the wrappy thing so that she wouldn't fall.
Yes.
And
Yes.
slept like that. And my Adam was like, you know, if you do that, you know, she's going to get really attached to you, which is totally fine. I'm just telling you later, it might be a little hard. And, honestly, I'm okay with it. I kind of like that she's attached, and because, you know, eventually they turn into teenagers and they're
And
going to,
they don't want you anymore.
yeah. So I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take it for as long as I can, because someday she's going to be like, okay, bye.
I just couldn't imagine having twins with that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they are different. Like baby boy, not so much. He likes his bed, so he'll usually stay in there all night. If he does wake up, it's for a little milk. We give him a little milk. He usually goes back to sleep. So maybe in that sense, maybe he is a little bit easier, but you know, you never know. He has his nights. So it's kind of like a gamble every night.
Okay. And then were you breastfeeding?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. What is it like to breastfeed two?
Challenging.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
just double. It's just double.
Yeah. And it's, you know, I remember my mom telling me, oh, breastfeeding is just, it's so wonderful. You just feel, you know, such like motherhood. And for me, it was like sweating and tears and trying to get them to latch on. And then one would fall off and then the other would. So it was challenging, I have to admit. I'm glad I was able to do it. I did it for 7-8 months. So I wanted to do it for a year just to give them as much as I could, you know, from myself. But we had to supplement from the beginning. Like I just did not produce enough. And I was
That's what I was thinking. Like, how are you making
Yeah.
enough milk for these kids?
Yeah, no, we had to supplement from the beginning. And I was like, we would do shifts. So my husband would watch them. So like I could get like at least like maybe 5, sometimes 6 hours sleep. And he would take that shift. And then I'd wake up, I'd pump. And right when I woke up, I would pump a lot. And then, you know, we'd save that for like, but by like 11 a.m., okay, all of everything I've pumped is gone. And okay. So, and I always felt like they never got quite enough for me. So then, you know, we'd supplement with the formula, which was fine. But yeah, it was a challenge. Yeah, I have to admit.
Yeah. Like after the second week, my left boob just didn't want to participate.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of my breastfeeding, it was like, mine was the same, actually. My left one went out first and I was like, see ya. And then the right one kind of came, you know, kind of like lingered on for another like 3 weeks. And then baby girl was like, you don't have much left. And she didn't even want to anymore. And then baby boy hung on because he was a little more attached to the breastfeeding. He hung on for like another month and was like, okay, you have nothing, mom.
Well, no, my bean was obsessed. Like I didn't even like want to do more than a year, and I ended up doing 18 months because actually at that 18-month period, I was just like, how am I going to get her off here? Like,
But 18 months is good.
yeah, I mean, sure, but
Yeah,
like,
honestly.
you know, I wasn't one of those women, which
Yeah.
goes to show you can't plan shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I told myself like, yeah, okay, do a year and then we stop. And then like, you know, binkies. No, let's not do binkies. Oh, they were binky kids. So they had the binkies until like 18 months.
Well, and I wish I could put a binky in there. And she just wanted
she
my
didn't
boob.
want it. Yeah.
Didn't want it. I have a friend right now who has a 18 to 18-ish month kid, and let me tell you, she's in even worse. It's the one, but the child needs to be asleep with the mouth on the nipple.
Oh, okay. That's hard. That's hard.
So she's sleeping with the baby and the mouth on the nipple. I could take her mouth off the nipple and just put her on me, and then we could both sleep, right?
Right.
My friend Stephanie is not. She is like, what is happening? It's so hard.
And you
okay.
think you're gonna dictate your kids
I
how they
know.
act, but then you like I said, it's kind of like you don't plan it. They kind of tell you, and you kind of just tag along. Okay, we're doing this now.
Well, and it's a nice lesson in like, I don't know what I thought, or even my partner, like, if you don't try the one thing, like I noticed this, like I try to do something and I realized that she has to consent. I can't make her do anything. I literally can't make her brush her teeth. I can't make her open her mouth. She'll squeeze it tight and won't let the toothbrush in. Like she has to consent to everything. And I never thought about it that way. Like you can't make your child do anything. So you do have to like figure it out. Um,
I'm pretty strict when it comes to teeth brushing. I make them brush it. Like I'll like twist the toothbrush to like try.
But-
and then I started to like make it a game. Like
no, but
dude,
after a while they're consenting because it's a game.
yeah. Well, you just make it. You have to make it consistent. Like when we first started, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get them to brush their teeth? Like they have no idea what to do. Like they don't even know how to like open their mouth wide enough for me to get the little toothbrush in.
Yeah.
And then still to this day, I'll tell them like, okay. And we do it in the shower because we shower at night and I'll just brush our teeth in the shower. And I'm like, okay, brushing your teeth. And then both of them usually will go, no. And like turn around and like go in a corner of the shower and go, no. And they just like to play that game. And I'm like, it's not an option. You know, like we have to brush your teeth. Sorry.
Right. But what I was saying is like physically, like you have to get them to come around in some other way. You can't physically make it happen. You have to like do the things. You have to be creative.
Which makes us kind of a more, I don't know, well-rounded, more creative people, right? I feel like it taught us patience and creativity and a lot of patience.
The other thing that, because I'm a girl mom, like my friends who have boys, I'm like, what do you even do with them? Like, I don't get it. Did you have any moments like that where you're like, what do I do with this thing?
No, he's awesome. Like he loves everything. He has this like connection with my husband with like his bongos, and they play bongos together, and like that's their thing that they do. But he loves everything. I mean, yeah, they're both just like super fun and active, and they play with each other, they fight with each other. Like there's always something going on. So they make it fun. I don't have to I come up with games, but they're pretty good about being like, yeah, let's play with this, let's play with that. So
oh, that's awesome. And you have one of a girl and a boy. Do you imagine your family being just like this or bigger?
We thought we were going to have one. So when we said, okay, let's try to get pregnant, I thought like, okay, just one, you know, they have friends, they have cousins, we'll go to the gym and they'll have friends at the gym. And then it turned out to be two. So great.
Yeah. What is it, Bean? You need a poo-poo? Okay, go. Is the potty on the seat? No. Okay, Lisanna, 1 second.
She's really good. She's really good. How old is she now?
She's 3.5.
Yeah, awesome.
And every time she gets old, like I look at her now and I'm like, you couldn't get any cuter than you are. And then she gets older and then she gets cuter.
Cuter, right? I know. I look back at infant baby pictures, and back then I was like, they're so cute. But now I'm like, oh, they're so much cuter. I
like that personality comes out and they start having real conversations with you, and you're like, oh my God, you're like a little human.
Yeah, it's crazy how they go from just being this
squish.
Yeah, that doesn't, respond, and they look at you, and then they start saying words and they have feelings, and it is surreal, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about you a little bit. Did you have a C-section?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Was it planned?
So
it was planned. Okay.
I kind of felt like I cheated a little bit because we were like,
girl.
all right, 3 p.m. we're going. Yep, you get the shot. I was a little nervous about the shot, but it went fine. Get the shot, get cut on open, and I kind of felt like, wow, I didn't go through labor. Like as far as motherhood, that's like one of the big things that people think about.
Yeah.
When you're giving birth, and I just kind of went right around that. But anyway, I always said, however they can come out healthy is best. So if I'm going to push, I'm going to push. If they're going to cut me open, cut me open. So
did they decide, did you and your doctors decide that like in the 3rd trimester?
Yeah, it was probably, yeah. I think it was in the 3rd trimester, because there was something with baby girl's umbilical cord where it was kind of like it could be squished on the way out, and then she would lose oxygen. And I was like, at that point I said, no, just cut me open. I don't want to take any chances.
Okay. And then, so with twins, sometimes they schedule it for a little earlier. So when did you go in?
At 8 months. So 36 weeks.
36. Did they have to spend any time in the NICU?
The baby girl did 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, and they came out 4 pounds was baby boy, 4 pounds, 14 ounces was baby girl. And then her time in the NICU was just to make sure that her lungs were okay and that she was breathing. But it was, I have a funny story about her in the NICU. So this is her personality already coming out at birth. My husband went in to see her, and I hadn't even seen her yet because it was still within that like first 12 hours where you can't even get up or anything after the C-section. And he came back and he said, so I went to see Adelina and I picked her up. No, he couldn't even pick her up. So I looked at her and she gave me this look like, where have you been? She knew that she had been left in a place and we weren't there with her, and that's her personality. Like, where have you been?
Bean gives me that too. Well, her name's Willa May, but she gives me that too. Like, you've been gone for so long. And I was like teaching one 90-minute class.
Yeah. To them, it feels like a lifetime.
I've got friends who like have their kids at childcare for 8 hours a day. I mean, she would be on strike.
Yeah.
If I did that.
Our kids couldn't handle it.
Well, because you train kids for everything, and the people who have to do that, they train their kids for it, and they're fine. But oh my goodness, this Bean comes in here wrapped in a sheet. Can I wipe your butt? Come here.
Yeah.
Let me wipe your butt on the podcast. Come here. Let me wipe it.
I was gonna help you wipe. Good. She's gonna wipe you clean.
Sometimes she likes to squeeze the buttocks while I'm trying to, and I'm like, that's not
helpful.
Helping. Okay, listen, take this and put it in the toilet and flush your toilet. I'm not even gonna edit that out. We're just gonna leave it right. We're just gonna leave that.
Good job, Mama. You got it.
Yeah, doing all the things at the same time. So how is the recovery then? Getting back in the air?
It was okay. It wasn't easy by any means. I remember right at the 6-week mark, after when they said, okay, you can go back, start doing, light exercises. I said, okay, I'm going to lay down on the floor and let's try and see if I can sit up. And I couldn't sit up.
Oh, shoot.
And you're like, wow, something that I just didn't even think about before and took for granted, I now cannot do. And so I was completely like at zero. You felt like you're just like a baby again at zero, just starting over. And of course, it was the abs, the most weakest part were the abs, of course. But I had a contract 6 months after.
So you had a timeline. You had to get in there. You didn't have a choice.
Yeah, which was good. So it forced me to like just get back.
Well, and your training now, it's what are you doing?
Nothing.
Listen, let me put these drawers on. Come here. Undies?
Yeah.
What would you like to say to the listeners while you're putting your undies on? Not helpful. You should be able to put these on yourself. You're old enough.
No.
But we'll get there soon. Okay?
No.
We'll get there. Although she was potty trained pretty easily. I was very lucky.
That's good. When? How old was she?
Oh I think I blocked it out. It wasn't super early, but like she kind of did it herself. Like
Cool.
Yeah, that was one of the easier things. I'm like, okay, so you didn't give me the sleeping, but you gave me the pooping and peeing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take one of the two.
One thing over the other, yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of moms have hard time getting back in because the schedule, but you're in the space because you're teaching.
Yeah. So even if I don't feel like training, even throughout my teaching, at least I'm like, okay, climbing and stretching and with the kids. And then we try to block out time for myself. If I have a gig coming up, I'm like, okay, we got to go to the gym, and then my husband will like, hold them for 5 minutes so I can do my run through, or take them to the trampoline so I can run through my act, at least get a run through in. But yeah, the training is just so different. It's not like before, I don't train nearly as I did before, and it's fine. It's a different phase of my life, and I try to just be more efficient with my training. But yeah, I do wish I had a little bit more time to train, but it's all right.
Yeah. I say this all the time. I became like the most efficient like ever.
Yep.
Like
you're like, hey, got to get it done. Get in.
Yeah. Like for example, I don't teach a lot of hoop. Like I teach here at the Loft in LA, and they make me teach. They're like, silks class, Carrie, take. They're like, here. I think I teach like in a week, like 7-8 silks classes in a week.
Yeah.
And so randomly I'll sub a hoop class. And last night and tonight I'm subbing the advanced hoop at the loft.
Uh-huh.
And I'll have the idea in my mind. And I kind of consider myself now at 46 more of a aerial choreographer than an aerial performer. And that has become obvious to me in the last couple months. Because I go teach the class and I'm just so happy watching them and seeing what I've created on them. And I have no desire necessarily to do it myself with the music.
Yeah. And you're at that phase and you're okay with it, which is the most important. You know, you have to be okay with where you're at, and our lives change and our priorities change and our focus changes, which is normal.
Are you starting to feel that at all yourself?
Not yet. I still love to be on stage. I still love to perform. But right now, what I'm finding is that I think that all of the things every day that we do with our kids kind of don't leave room for that creative mind. And now I'm just like, okay, I'm going to run through my act and make sure my act is good in case I get a gig. I'm going to train to make sure I stay healthy, but I don't have time for that creativeness, not in my classes, like that personal creativity. Right. So it would be great. Like I do have other goals and visions for myself to do another act. But right now I haven't yet prioritized that time to say, hey, I'm going to schedule out this time just for my creative side of aerial and what I want to do, because everything else has taken precedent to that. Our company, our classes, the kids, of course. And then if there is a gig coming up, just making sure my stamina is there so I can make it through the act.
And you're not sad about that shift?
Not right now. No, I think there will come a time. I think right now the kids are the most important, and I want to be there for them, and I want them to be a part of it. You know, I don't want to say, okay, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to go to the gym because I want to, you know, do whatever. I want them to be at the gym, running around. Now, yeah, it's harder because like, oh, they need me. They want to play. Eventually, when they get older, I feel like, yeah, oh, I'm going to go off and jump on the trampoline on my own. I'm going to go over here and play with my friends here. So I think it will get easier as they understand more of the dynamics at the gym, and that, okay, mom's going to do her training now, so I'm going to go over here and play with each other, right? They do have each other, which is amazing. Right. We do play together. So yeah, I'm completely comfortable with that. And I know that right now at 2 years old, it's just, they're needing us all the time. You know, it's constant, and that's okay, because I know eventually that dynamic will change a little bit, you know, and they'll be able to play with each other. And then, you know, maybe I'll have some more time for more like creative work for myself, you know, and right now it's more like creative work for the students, which is great. We have a lot of students in our classes that are going to festivals. We're going to the San Diego Circus Festival in August. We did Viva Fest, a festival in Dallas, which was like a collaboration between Lone Star Circus and then my husband's family circus, Vazquez. Hermanos Vazquez. So yeah, we've been able to do a lot of festivals. So it's great still having that creativity in your classes and helping the kids and just helping fine tune their acts. And yeah, for me, for my personal, more will come later, but for this moment, I'm happy with where it's at.
I feel like in that same vein. So basically the only time I had to work out what I was teaching them was like 15 minutes before class.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And like previous to having her, I would put hours in to work on something. Right. So I worked it out in my head. And then I just checked the 15 minutes that it was possible. And then that's it. That's all I did. And then I taught class and it was great.
Yeah, you have to just really time crunch, and because we're in a different point in our lives, which is fine. It's normal. And this won't always last like this either. So let's take advantage, and they need us right now, you know, so much and all day long, which is great. I love that.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask how old you are now?
I'm 40.
You're 40. Okay.
Yeah. Just turned 40 in April. Yeah.
Well, happy dirty 40s. How do you feel?
Thanks. I don't know. Same. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what to think.
My body does not feel the same. Like like this year, I'm starting to wonder if I'm having like perimenopause stuff happen.
Oh, okay. I don't know when that starts, but.
Well, it can start 10 years before your actual menopause.
Oh, okay.
Where your hormones start fluctuating. And I talked to my OB about it recently, and she's like, you're just getting older. I was like, I don't think that's the answer I wanted to hear.
Yeah, no. They never give you the answer you want to hear.
But I think that there's a needle thread there. I think that there's some hormone balancing stuff happening. Or maybe that's just the voodoo that I believe, or maybe that's because Instagram is now sending me every single ad about hormone balancing because I watched a reel about hormone balancing for 2 seconds too long. That's what's happening there.
But also the lack of sleep. I mean, not getting enough sleep will make you crazy. Some days I felt like, wow, I'm like a little bit nutso here, like super emotional. And I wasn't, I mean, I'm an emotional person and sensitive, but it was like off the charts. And it's a lot of it is lack of sleep, I think.
Honestly, I don't know how I got through the fourth trimester because I barely sleep. And I'm a person who needs like 8 hours.
Yeah. Oh, I was a great sleeper before kids. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So like now that we're so many years after like the infant stage, if she doesn't have a good night, I'm wrecked the next day. And I'm like, how did I do this every single day for months? I think that I was on the verge of like having a nervous breakdown. I think
It's also adrenaline. I feel like some days you're just go, and you're like, okay, I got to make the lunches and do this and the laundry. And you're like running on fumes and caffeine and adrenaline. And sometimes, and then by like, 4 or 5 p.m., you're like, whoa. And then you have to go teach. So,
and then you have to go teach. And so because the twins, like, for example, I have issues around like, oh, can I drop her off at you? So I have to teach his class because my partner works a lot. So how is that childcare situation with the two?
we try to make our teaching schedule opposite, or we'll be like, okay, we have 2 private lessons. So we're going to schedule one this hour, you watch the kids, and then we'll flip flop. I'll watch the kids and I'll teach it. You teach it. It's like that basically. My husband's cousin is one of our babysitters and she's amazing with them. She and his sister as well. She's fantastic. I mean, but at the same time, like his sister also has her kids, her full-time job, so I always feel like, oh, I feel bad asking because I know how busy everyone is. But she's great with them. And really, those are like really the only 2 people that can watch them by themselves, because there's 2, it's not the same. But otherwise, yeah, so those are our main babysitters. But otherwise, yeah, we try to make it work. We try to schedule it out where either my husband's with them or I'm with them, or we're all in the gym together and we can kind of keep our eye on them. Sometimes though, we've had to ask parents, I'll text them and say, hey, we have like an overlap of 45 minutes.
Right.
Can you just kind of be with them? And the parents are awesome. Honestly, like all the kids that we have, we've been so fortunate to really attract good families in our program. Our parents are amazing parents. They're super supportive and fun. And like, we're really like getting to know them and personal with them, and they love the babies. So we've been fortunate in that sense.
Lisanna, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And yeah, it was fun chatting. I feel like we could chat for hours longer.
That is one of the things, the blessing of this podcast. I feel that way about every single person that I've talked to. And I don't know, like 50, 60% of you guys before we get on the phone. And I don't know if it's laziness. I don't think it's laziness necessarily, or just like not having the time, but I don't prep a lot because I like to like find out. I like being curious within the interview.
Yeah.
And it works out for me not doing more work than I need to anyway.
There you go.
It works out on both ends.
There's just a lot in common as far as, what we're going through. And every time I meet another mom, it's always questions and answers and, oh, how do you do this and how do you do that? And it's great. I love chatting with other moms. And I've even reached out to some other like twin moms on Instagram and asked them about their twins and stuff. It's cool. It's like awesome to be part of the mom community, and then the mom community who are also, aerial artists and performers. And that's like a whole nother level of what we have in common. So it's nice.
Well, and I'm a part of a podcast group. It's a wellness group. And the CEO like reached out to me. He's like, so you have really, really tried to niche down, haven't you? Expecting aerialist. I was like, but you would be surprised how big this community is actually.
Yeah, it's huge. And what a privilege it is for our kids to like grow up in that, right? Like to be able to go with mom and dad to the gym and just, run around and see mom in the air doing her thing. I think it's cool. Like last weekend I had a contract in Kentucky, and my husband got a video of like me in the air and then the kids watching, and it was amazing. And then think like 10 years from now, you watch that. Oh, you saw mom when she was working. And yeah, it's super special.
Oh my God, Lisanna, I just wanted to like stay on the phone with you and go to coffee. You know, like this community, we're just so similar in so many ways. I get along like it's like a community of besties, right? So thanks so much to Sarah Roski for bringing us together. She really has that Vegas community that I am not a part of, and I wanna talk to more of you guys from Vegas because there's tons of you guys out there just killing it. All right, I'm cooking stuff in the kitchen for Wrap Your Head Around Silks. I will let you guys know of some new stuff coming up very soon, and then roll it out. Please join me Sundays and Tuesdays for class. Let's do an hour of rolling together. It's so beneficial. I was gonna say fun, but more so it's beneficial. Yeah, you want to say please honor us with a 5-star rating.
Peace, stars, and finally.
Yeah, 5-star rating and a review, and please keep listening. We appreciate you. If you want to be on this podcast, somebody emailed me recently. They're like, "How do you get on?" I was like, "That's how you just talk to me." And I want the stories to be diverse when it comes to like what level of aerial you're at and where you're at in your life, and and all the things. We are so hot here in LA. Are you hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot.
So we're going to watch Amanda in the movie.
Yeah, so we might watch Brave tonight.
Yeah. Because is there a bad guy?
Well, there's not really a bad guy in that one. It's more like the mom and daughter trying to figure it out together because they're kind of mad at each other. She asked me today if I still love her, if I'm irritated. I said, of course. I love you no matter what. Right? I can get irritated, but it doesn't matter. I still love my baby.
Mom and the daughter are mad. And why are they mad? And I don't know.
Yeah, they just got into an argument. All right, guys.
And I don't know why they are.
Why they're mad. Can we see you guys later?
But we are listen to Fireside.
Yeah.
We're doing everything.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Everything we do together.
Yes. All right. Over and out. That's it. Say bye, podcast listeners. Over and out. This is Expecting Ariel to a Digidem podcast. Bye.
Bye.